customer at the comic store I used to work at who brought me a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream on Christmas Eve. And of course, I'd love to leave a brand new state-of-the-art radio studio to my pals at Best in Show. So how would you guys dole out your hypothetical riches if you were writing up your will today and everyone in your family was dead? Anxious to hear how I might profit from years of internet radio loyalty, I'm Vanessa Cheatwood.
Awesome. Right off the bat, I just want to say, how old were these were the Bakers when they lived? Were they
They were in their early 90s, and they died in a car crash. They went everywhere together.
Man.
They were perfectly healthy, and they just
So-
happened to die in a car crash.
So what you're saying essentially is Bakers 90, Best in Show 100.
Nice. We're dying in a car crash too. We're calling it Best in Show Radio.
Weekly. That's a really tough one. What would I give to? And it has to be people, or could it be like charities?
Can be
It
both.
could be charities.
Do you know anyone that's not a charity case?
No, that's very true. I would give a substantial amount of my fortune, which would I think be about $40 to $50, to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, and I'm trying to think what else.
Would you want like a new wing, like named
For
after
$40, $50? I don't know if they would be able to do that.
I would, but I'd make sure that they'd call it the chicken wing.
Delightful.
Vanessa, you would really give money to your cats?
I want to make sure that they live in the lifestyle they're accustomed to.
You are not serious, are you?
No, you're not.
I would think that the cats would qualify, by the way, as being family. I would totally think that the cats are family. I don't think that they'd qualify. You would have to assume that they died as well.
I would want to make
Ridiculous.
sure. I would want to make sure that my cats didn't end up at the shelter or something.
I know,
because
but
no
they're your
one takes them
family.
in and
They're your family, and if you're assuming your family is dead, I understand this is painful. Your cats are dead.
All right, well, I'm down to that one guy with the Bailey's Irish Cream.
All right, nice. I suppose I would give just about everything I had to. Wow, I don't know.
I would hire somebody to find that guy and run up to him and take whatever Vanessa gave him and hand him back a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream and say, "You're back at zero, buddy."
I would make a videotape where someone had to spend $1 million to get the rest of the $1 million.
John Candy.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Brewster's Millions, wasn't it?
It's really.
Why
really,
did John Candy
was
win
in
that?
He was in it.
Oh, he was the decorator, the interior. All right.
You wouldn't give it like to the Miami Dolphins to have like a
Yeah, I know.
a part of the
I mean, Rain
stadium,
Pryor was the
Oh,
star.
the Miami shit.
like the Chris section, like the
See,
back street.
Chris's Dolphins.
I'm thinking reasonably and thinking about what I have to leave. Like, what I have to leave is not going to be sizable.
Now, let's imagine you have millions
Oh, okay.
rather than what you have to leave.
Oh, yeah. Then
Imagine you just have a lot of money and you want to reward people.
I would definitely.
Like maybe the guy who always made your bagel properly, you want to give him some money?
I haven't met him yet. I'm still waiting for the guy to make my bagel properly. This son of a bee that I go to every morning has a tendency to put a plastic glove on his hands, make my bagel, and then go to the cash register and count the cash out with the same plastic gloves on. So I'm getting dollar bill hands. Why are you bothering with it? You might as well be wiping your ass with it and then give me a bagel. It's the same difference. You give me filth on it. So no. Who really deserves?
So he gets nothing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe I'll get him a box of those plastic gloves with a note that says, "Learn how to use them, jerk."
Just a brain to figure out how to use them.
Maybe I'd give I would probably give some to the Dolphins, I guess. To get a section of the stadium named after me would be really terrific.
Is that because we're your radio family and you just assume we're dead?
No, I would give Keith something. No, I don't know. How do you decide things like that? It's so weird and odd. I have a virtual will.
Well, what's
for this
important
stuff.
to you, other than family? What's important to you? Any issues? Like, would you give some to
Vodka?
Say,
the issue of vodka.
Would you give some to say like the Democratic National Committee?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
no.
that's what I mean.
On my worst day, if there were no other parties to give it to, and I had 2 broken legs, and they would save me, I wouldn't.
Give
But
it to
that's
my
what I'm
keg
saying.
party.
Like, would you give it to like
I would just
pro-choice charities?
You know what I would
mean?
do?
Like,
No, I wouldn't give it to charities like that. I think we want to stay more personal. I would give everything I had to building a big house to let as many of my friends who wanted to live there, bill free for the rest of their life. That's what I would do.
So no Bills, no guys named Bill, no Billies, no
No,
Williams.
everybody named William I've ever met is screwed. They have to live in the shed in the back.
Apologies to Will Shelda.
I don't know. I think I would find two opposing sides, like the pro-life and the pro-choice people, and,
Like the proletariats and the bourgeoisies.
Anti-litarians.
and I'd give them an even amount of money and say, just have the mother of all social wars and name it after me.
Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Just escalate.
What would the name of your war be? The Carney struggle?
The Carnivore War.
The Carney Initiative?
The war of 100K.
The 100K's war. Exactly. That's nice. Excellent. So
miss that guy.
What do you got, Vito? What do you got?
I'd probably donate a sizable amount to like an AIDS charity, like AIDS research charity.
I'm against AIDS. I do not want to give AIDS
I'm not
any
for
sort
it.
of money. I'm just saying that.
I would like to have a cure for it at some point, even though it probably already exists. And probably like some animal charity, like some kind
Boring.
of... Well, if my family's dead, I got nobody else. I mean, I got you guys, but like you guys are going to be set for life.
Why? Why would we be set for life?
Because you're all very talented.
I would build.
Especially that Fred kid.
I would build giant. This isn't exciting or funny. I would build giant shelters everywhere to bring in all these stray animals in the street because it's cold in the winter.
Yeah, totally.
I stole that one from my mother. She always said her whole life. Every week she would play lotto and say, "If I win, I'm gonna build a big animal shelter for all the strays."
I'd build a big statue of me that says "worship" across my big stomach.
You know what? If I'm rich, I'm not giving it to anybody. I'm just giving it to my family and making sure my family
No,
doesn't
but
have
they're all
to
the
dead.
point is your family's dead.
They're all
You can't
dead.
give it to them. There's no one that you're related to that you give it to. Not your wife, not your brother, not your nobody.
Well, I guess you got to go with closest friend then. You know,
And I
give it to
guess
your
that's
closest
what
friend.
Vanessa is actually poking at. She wants you to let us know.
Vanessa, I'll give it all my money to you.
Aw.
So
I was
my
thinking about giving you some money too.
Thanks, V.
like $15.
Yeah. And Keith, I have some record albums you can have.
Excellent.
You see, that's what I was thinking about, the real stuff, like the real stuff. Like who would I give guitars to? Who would I give like computers to and stuff like that? And I don't
None
know.
of you guys want comics, so I'm, you know.
It's true.
No, I plan in my new house to actually have a fireplace, so I would love to have some comics.
Kindling.
Well, if you want comics, you can pick up Scooby-Doo 128, which came out this week. That was written by me and Nick Befora.
Oh my! We have a new gob gob
boy.
guy.
I'm giving those out to charity.
Ruby, Ruby, Roo.
That was shameless. Shameless self-promotion.
Okay.
That's what we do here.
That's what we do here on Best in Show Radio.
BestInShowRadio.com, exclusively on TPX Radio, where you can get us on the hotline 877-744-6405 and all that happy stuff. Hey, Brian, you never said what you were going to give your money to.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything like witty or funny. In all
You
honesty,
should start a Walt Whitman boxing club down at Gleason's.
in all honesty, I would just divvy it up. I mean,
Please call it the Mad Poets Society.
You're gonna be dead, Poet Society. I'm actually not a huge fan of Whitman, but you know, it's right down to it.
So seriously, where would you go?
I would. There's nothing real funny to it. I just divvy up friends, divvy it up between friends, particularly like needy ones or ones who would be happy and their life would be most affected by large amounts of money. I bet you some money would go to Best in Show Radio.
If one of you guys could just buy me a car, that'd be awesome.
I'd hook you up. So that you didn't have to be in this nightmare work situation with your family, or at least just give you like a couple of years.
You know what I always
breathing
wanted?
room.
I'd enjoy that.
I always wanted to start a scholarship, actually. Like, you know, like some kind of like...
Would one of you guys pay off my student loans?
Yeah, those kind of things. Someone who would like.
No, I
Covered.
mean, like now. Would one of you guys take on the payments of my student loans?
That whole hypothetical thing is so much more fun when it's real.
How about giving all the money to like the same people with the last name as you? Like, you know.
Because everyone that has the same last name as
Cheatwoods.
I was going to say, everyone that has the same last name as me died in a right-to-life case down in Florida last year. Poor Terry Schiavo.
Wait, what about the same first name as you, Fred?
Yeah, who am I going to give to Freddy Krueger? He doesn't exist.
Like, that's the first thing that comes to your mind when you say Fred. You don't think of Fred Durst?
Who?
Fred Durst, bro. The biscuit.
You meant what? You meant first name when you said that? I was.
I said first name.
Sorry, I messed up the show.
So you would give it to the guy who plays hockey, and
Yeah,
who
that
else?
guy's got my exact name. I don't know his middle name, but you know.